This Retirement Garage. Happy January 13th, 2025. I'm happy today because the sun's out. It's 24 degrees, but the sun is out. How could it be any better? Yeah, it could be 80, but we'll take what we can get, right? Anyway, self-confidence is different in retirement. And what do I mean by that? It's pretty simple. For me, a lot of the decision-making process that I have, I have less sources to help make decisions. So, example, when you're working, and if you work, some people work in small offices, I understand, or you're not interacting with too many people. But when I was in the factories, there were so many people from so many different backgrounds, races, religions, that I was able to bounce stuff off of. And I would get so many different opinions and so many different views about a subject that it helped me with the decision-making process, whatever it is. And I remember back when I was just a wee lad, back when I was working at MTD, Modern Tool and Die in Parma, we back when VCRs were popular and are starting to get popular, and I actually typed up, I can type. I actually typed up a questionnaire and handed it out to people in the shop, and the questions were, do you have a VCR? Or do you have a Betamax? Because I think Betamax was still a thing back then. I mean, we're talking years ago, right? And I said, what kind did you get? How much did you pay for it? Where did you get it from? And it was like 5 or 6 questions. And I actually got quite a few of the papers back. People working on the line, or they're doing whatever, and they just filled them out. And I was working in the parts crib, so I had a little bit more time. I wasn't on the line where I couldn't break free. So I got to hand them this stuff, or I just asked them and wrote down their answers. And I bought a VCR based on a Pioneer, actually, based on their answers. Well, now think ahead 30, 35 years, and I would do the same thing with different subjects, right? So I would talk to the grumpy guy in the shop, but he was actually kind of smart. And because he was into real estate and he was into different things, and and he had opposing views that I had. So we had great conversations, and listening to his side of a story and why he thought the way he did was really interesting and opened my eyes to a lot of things. Other people who were involved in what I was looking for, like for instance, I'm gonna get into the stock market, or I'm going to buy a car, or I'm going to build a shed or something. Just anything. You could go talk to the people. Hey, have you done this before? What was successful for you? What was unsuccessful for you? What would you do different? And I had dozens and dozens of people that I could talk to about it. Now in retirement, that's gone. I mean, yeah, I could text some people, and I can, maybe call a few people and talk about certain things, but the dozens of people that I used to see and ask a question of, they're not there anymore in retirement. And so what's interesting is the self-confidence of, man, I know what I'm going to do. I have the information. I'm ready to jump on this opportunity. I know how to do it. Now you're kind of looking at YouTube, and you're kind of looking at, looking at other sources. I mean, it's very strange. It's different. It's different in retirement. How do you get your information? A lot of stuff is out there that's not trustworthy. You don't know the people that are telling you this information. Whereas at work, you worked with people 2, 3, 5, 10 years, and you got to know whether they're BS artists or whether they're pretty legit. And the legit ones you really want to listen to. I know, talking to our controller at my last job, I wanted to do certain things money-wise, and he said, and he was more of a conservative type, had a conservative type approach about money because he was a little bit older. And, he would tell me, well, are you really thinking about doing that? Maybe it's not the right way to go. Maybe you should try this, or just do a little bit over there and test it. And everything he's told me has come out to be true. And I miss that. I miss that, and I have less self-confidence now in retirement than I did when I was able to talk to all those people and get all those ideas and those different concepts that I didn't even think of. Best practices, you want to call it. Just, the amount of people that I was associated with just brought so much knowledge to me. Even over like just stupid stuff. We talk about barbecuing or something. This one company that came in, they were a headhunter, and me and this guy, we start talking about barbecuing. And, hey, get this book, do it this way, try this. Yeah, I never thought about that, I never heard about that. And now, as I sit with my wife, and yeah, she's got great ideas, but that's it. We don't, we're not talking to anybody else. I'm not getting those different ideas. Again, YouTube maybe, I get to watch some of that. But even with that, like especially with investing, you get so many different ideas, so many different angles, and so many different opinions they contradict each other at times, right? So my self-confidence in decision making is at an all-time low, let me tell you. And like you, trial and error has always been our life, right? You try something that doesn't work, you try again, you try a different angle, and you try to make it work, right? It happens to everybody. But when you were working, you had those resources. You had the extra resources to make those decisions, and now you don't. And sure, some of you are, you're out there and you're talking with people, and it really doesn't matter much. But for me, it does matter because I'm not associated with a lot of people any longer. So let's see how it goes. Let's hope I make good decisions. At least I hope so. And let me know what you think about that. Do you feel like your confidence is a little bit down or different because you're retired and you don't have those resources to talk to? Let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. Buzz's Retirement Garage. Happy January 13th to you, and we'll talk to you later.